So, economics is the study of how society uses its limited resources. Got me? The term economics, it's originally derived from a Greek word, all right? And it's an amalgamation of two Greek words, okios, which means household, and nomos, which means management. So the term economics was derived and it meant household management. And as we have understood, we all apply economics on our day-to-day basis. Got it? I have told you the basic of economics, unlimited wants and limited resources. And you have to understand that there is a difference between desires and wants. When desire add efforts to achieve your desires, it becomes wants. Okay, so economic studies the way and means in which people organize themselves to tackle the problem of scarcity. Scarcity of what? Scarcity of resources. Scarcity of resources. No need to write it. I will tell you exactly what you have to write. So don't jot down everything. In fact, I will, let's try and understand the topic. You know, it should get here. This, I will post it. But mentally be alert. Okay. Now, generally, economics is defined as the social science that studies economic activities. Okay. Now, social science is how society is organized and how it functions. What is social science? It is science of society. So when we are talking about society, economics is how society will use its limited resources. So it is a social science. It is a social science that studies economic activities. When we say economic activities refer to those activities which are related to money or wealth. Now, wait. Now, when you talk about wealth, it doesn't mean money. It doesn't mean cash. When you talk about anything which has money value is wealth. So, gold, wealth. I sell it, it will have money value. Land, wealth. Building, wealth. Am I clear? So all these things which is not cash, it's not money, but it is part of wealth. So economic activities, we will get into detail of economic activities later, but activities which is related to is earn money, spending money, anything related to money or wealth, transaction, it is economic activity. All right. Now, you know, when we are going to learn about 4 definitions of economics under the 4 groups. Why I say 4 groups? Because economists have come at different time, different time, different phases. So according to that time, they have come up with different definitions. Economists at different times have emphasized on different aspects of economic activities. So 4 definitions are there, which we are going to learn, and it will be from exam point of view. 4 definitions are there. I will be sharing this with you. I will be sharing definitions with you. No need to jot it down. Just try and understand what I'm saying. So there are 4 definitions which will fall under 4 groups. First is wealth definition. As I said, wealth, money, don't include money in wealth. Okay, so wealth is gold, land, building, anything which you can sell. and you can use. Well, so first economist gave definition of economics from the point of view of wealth, which we will learn later. Okay, he meant that economics means wealth. Second definition came as given by a different economist as welfare definition. Welfare definition, when you say, he emphasized that it's not wealth which is very important, it's human welfare. So economics should work for human welfare. Came the next definition. Now, third is scarcity definition. Scarcity definition, the third economics came later, and he said that we need to define economics. All right, we need to define economics from scarcity point of view because resources are scarce. Resources are scarce, so we need to define from resources point of view. That was third definition from the third economics. Last was growth. So the last definition which we are going to learn is from the point of view that we need not to only use the scarce resources nicely, optimum utilization of resources, but we also need to grow these resources to reuse it again. So it was not only using it. Growth definition also emphasized on how to regrow it. All right. So now we'll go about it one by one in detail. Wait. Any issues? Please raise your hands. All right, just wait, please. Wait, please. Yes, Vidhi.
Ma'am, you said wealth. So does the goods come under wealth? Because we can sell it, right? So does it come under wealth?
Yes, it will. It will. I will. There is a different next chapter after this. After just going through the introduction, we will be discussing each and every term of economics in detail. So, I mean, if you talk about in nutshell, money is not wealth. Wealth is more than money. Okay. Any other question? Krishna.
Yeah, ma'am. So the property or the capital, which like the properties, like the houses or the shops, those also come under wealth because those can be like sold and buy, right? So they also come under wealth, na?
Yeah. Any other question? Wait. Hang on. Wait. Tell me.
I didn't understand the term growth definition.
No, we will go in detail. I just went, it was just the outline. I'll explain it to you in detail. I'm sure you'll understand that. Okay, Vedant. Wait. Yes, Vedant.
So basically any property that comes under wealth can be, so means any property can be wealth.
Yeah, any property can be wealth.
Because it can be bought and sold to anyone.
No, there is a transaction, right? There is money transaction. You can sell it and you can use that money for some other purpose. If there is dearth of money, you can sell your property. That is why people invest in property.
And ma'am, how does welfare help in the growth of economics, ma'am? Economy.
Welfare. Wait, let me mute you. Welfare. I'm not talking about. Welfare will not help in anything. These are 4 ways of looking at definition of economics. You guys, 4 of you, will look at the same thing from different point of view. If your first economist came, 300 years back. So he gave the definition of economics according to the times during those times. Then came the second, third, fourth. Okay. So we evolve with time. Wait. Let me unmute you. Wait. Yes. Yes, wait.
So is investment a part of economics?
Huh?
Is investment a part of economics?
Yes, investment in what?
Like investment in like everyday investments, like investment in gold and investment in property and all that.
Yes, dear. Anything, money activity, transaction, money I can give, I can take, I can buy, I can sell, I can use, I can live a better life, I can satisfy my wants. If I sell my property, I will be able to satisfy my wants. It is an economic activity, yeah. Wait, Vidhi.
So, ma'am, when the time evolves, does the number of resources also increase or decrease with time?
They have increased, but our wants and population has also increased.
Okay.
Production has increased. People, people are wearing better clothes now. People are wearing more clothes now. If you speak to your mother, if you speak to your parents, they will always give you the information that they used to wear only 3 clothes. They had only 3. Generally, past generation they will have a different story to tell you. So times have become better. There is no doubt about it. But so have our wants. So you do not want, what your parents wanted. They wanted to have a meal outside to go for a dinner maybe once in a year, and you wanted once in a week. So our wants have changed, our desires have changed, our needs are different now.
So, if the resources have increased, the population has also increased. So, population also depends upon their wants, right?
No, population has also increased, but your wants also keep changing. People used to be satisfied to have proper clothes. They just needed clothes to cover their body. Now you want clothes, and then the next generation came wherein every outing they want a different outfit to show off. So yes, your wants, your needs, your expectation from life changes from time to time because you have not seen that. So your expectations are different from mine. Wait. Vedant, again.
Sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, so ma'am, how does the growth of population affect the economy of a country?
I did not get it. Repeat the question again.
Ma'am, the growth of population in each country, how does it affect their country's economy, ma'am? Does it increase it? Does it decrease it? Does the economy take a steep back down, or does the economy rise, ma'am?
I'll mute you. Very complex topic which you have asked, but it has a mixed, reaction to it. More population means consumption of resources will be more. But there is other way also to see the same thing. We have more workers to work for us. So it will have a double impact. Nothing in life is single-sided. Everything has a dual aspect to it. Everything will have a dual aspect. There will be good things, there will be bad things attached to it. Any other questions?